Hello, welcome back everyone. Today we're going to be talking about lesson 2-3 and example number 4, which is using a linear equation in slope-intercept form. And we're going to be doing that using a word problem today. So first thing we want to do is read the word problem. It says in 2013, there were 1.31 billion smartphone users worldwide. By 2017, there were 2.38 billion smartphone users. Write and use an equation to estimate the number of users in 2025. So, a lot of you guys like your phones. A lot of you guys are super into them. So the first thing that we want to do is define our variables. So variables are things that we can manipulate or that are being manipulated. Such as X and Y. So when we go through this, it says because you want to estimate the number of users in 2025, write an equation that represents the number of smartphone users, Y, so Y is the number of smartphone users, so people that use them, and X, which is years. So let X be the number of years after 2013, and Y be the number of billions of smartphone users. So X is the years, time is usually X, Y is the number of people. So when we do this, we're going to go ahead and find the slope, the m value. Remember that slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So what we're going to use is called the slope formula. So it's really the difference of the x's divided by the difference of the y's. So since x is the years after 2013, 0, 1.31 and 4, 2.38 represents the number of smartphone users in 2013 and 2017, respectively. Remember that X is the number of years after 2013. Complete the formula using the 2 points to find the rate of change or the slope, or our m value. Round to the nearest hundredth. So for the top part, our numerators are going to be the difference of our x values. So notice how they already have 2.38 locked in there. Oh, excuse me, it's the difference of the y values. So the other one that we're going to use is minus 1.31. And notice how I'm keeping these in line. Since 2.38 went first up top, our y value went first, we have to use the same x value for that y value first. So we're going to get 4 minus our other x value is 0. And when we compute this, it's going to turn to 0.27, which might not seem like a lot, but that's over a quarter of a billion people. So 270 million people each year getting a smartphone. Check that. We got the answers correct. That's good. A little study tip. It says rate of change. The rate of change is how quantity is changing with respect to another quantity. An example, the rate of change represents how the number of smartphones users is changing with respect to time. Usually our time is going to be our x value. Sometimes it is not, sometimes it's different. The third step is to find our y-intercept. The y-intercept represents the number of smartphone users when x is equal to 0 or in 2013. If we scroll back up to our problem, we know that in 2013 there were 1.31 billion smartphone users. So that's going to be our number for our y-intercept. So this is going to be 1.31. Remember that's in billion units though. I'm going to check that really quick. And we got it right. We're going to write this equation. So we're going to go ahead and put this all together. What does this mean? So when we do this, we have y equals mx plus b. All you have to do is plug these numbers in. The m is always associated with the x value. So that's going to be 0.27. And our b is always going to be the constant or the value that doesn't have a variable associated with it. So 1.31. Those are correct. Didn't make a sound this time. Assumptions. So this is another study tip. Assumptions. Assuming that the rate at which the number of smartphone users increases is constant allows us to represent the situation using a linear equation. While the rate at which the number of smartphone users increases may vary each year, using a constant rate allows for a reasonable equation that can be used to estimate future data. So, this is not going to be like for sure, like, oh, by year 2025, this is exactly how many there's going to be. But it gives us an idea of what we could have. The next one, we're going to estimate. So it says since 2025 is 12 years after 2013, substitute 12 for x in the equation. So our original equation is y equals 0.27x plus 1.31. 12 is, or x is our years, and we're going 12 years past that. So we're going 0.27 times 12 plus 1.31. And when we simplify that, we're going to get 4.55. So if the number of smartphone users continues to increase at the same rate, there will be approximately 4.55 billion users in 2025. That's like more than half of the people in the world, which is pretty crazy. So, all right, thank you, and see you next time.